All right, well, 'tis the season, folks, for Trace Adkins. That's right, the country music star is releasing his Celtic-infused Christmas album, The King's Gift, today. And in just a couple of weeks, he will embark on his Christmas show tour. And Trace Adkins joins us live via satellite this morning. Good morning, Trace.
Good morning. Pleasure to be with you.
Thank you for being with us, sir. First, tell us about the new holiday album, which has a bit of a Celtic sound, yeah?
Yeah, it does. You know, this has been in the making for 15 years or so now, and it was just something. That's the kind of Christmas record that I wanted to make. I wanted it to be very traditional, the kind of songs that you might hear, you know, a century ago. And we have it's very organic, and it has the Celtic feel. We have the pipes and the penny whistles and bagpipes here and there, and dulcimers and all those kinds of instruments that are that people that are familiar with that kind of music know. And I got a couple of guys who to produce the record who are very familiar with that kind of music, and I just love the way it turned out. And musically, forget about my vocal, but musically, this is the most beautiful project I've ever been a part of. It really is a pretty album. All the songs on it are very old, very traditional Christmas carols, and The King's Gift is just a project that I'm very proud of, and I'm glad that I took my time to do it and waited until I was at a place in my career where I had time to really focus on it and do it properly, and this is it.
That's great. Well, Trace, what is you said there's a lot of classics on here. What is your favorite Christmas song and why?
You know, I don't. I usually shy away from picking a favorite on an album because it's like choosing your favorite child. But I think on this album, I enjoy singing Tannenbaum for some reason. It's just there's melodically, it just makes me feel good and takes me to that holiday place, you know. And I think that's one of my favorites on this record.
That's great. Well, I can't wait to hear it. So now the Christmas show tour, it begins November 15th. What inspired this new holiday tradition?
Well, I took my inspiration for the Christmas show from the Candlelight Processional at Disney World, which I've had the honor of narrating for several years now and doing it again this year. And that's kind of become a Christmas tradition for me to go to Disney World and do the Candlelight Processional. But the narration between the songs is kind of what inspired me to do this Christmas tour the way I'm going to do it. It's as much a theatrical production as it is a concert. You know, there's a set with a living room and a Christmas tree and the whole thing. And so I want everybody to really feel like they're in my living room with me. And there'll be some narration between the songs, and then I'll do a carol. And I also have a 12-piece band on stage with me, which is the largest production that I've ever carried on the road. So this is a big troupe of people, but you got to have that to pull these songs off. I mean, musically, there are a lot of specialized instruments and musicians on this record, and I wanted to try to reproduce that live, so it takes 12 people to do that, you know, so it's a big production.
That's fantastic. Well, so Trace, got to ask you, what is your favorite part of Christmas?
You know, it's just the traditional togetherness, the warm and fuzzy family around the fire and the tree and all that stuff. And, you know, not unlike any other hundreds of millions of families in this country.
That's great. And how can we get a copy of this album?
Well, it comes out today. It's on iTunes, it's in Walmart, it's in Target, and wherever else you can buy music, you'll be able to find The King's Gift.
That's fantastic. Well, Trace, we really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to hearing it. I'm a huge fan of Christmas music, so I can't wait to hear your renditions of these.
Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Well